Hello everyone, welcome to our visionary classes. Here we are with the lecture number 4 for the JNU Environmental Science MSc 2019 year paper. So I request you to subscribe our channel and contact us for the latest study material in this number. So in this type of paper you will get 75 question. Out of 75 question, 50 question will be of 1 marks and 25 question will be of 2 marks. So let us discuss some questions. So the question asks, which in the sedimentary rock Arkose, the mineral that give the reddish color is called as? The options are orthoclase, calcite, plagioclase and quartz. So let us discuss about the Arkose sedimentary rock. It is a coarse sandstone sedimentary rock composed of cemented grains 0.06 to 2 millimeters in the diameter, primarily made up of quartz and feldspar grain. Okay, these are very common mineral. You should remember this kind of minerals with their color also. So if we consider the quartz, it is mainly colorless in the nature, and plagioclase, it is yellowish, mostly yellowish. Okay, calcite is little bit gray to white in color in the normal form, while the orthoclase will definitely be reddish. Let us discuss why it is. So here we are with the that what कि कोर्स सैंडस्टोन जो होता है वो आपका मेड होता है मेनली क्वार्ट्ज से, फेल्डस्पार ग्रेन से, साथ ही साथ उसमें सम अमाउंट्स ऑफ माइका होते हैं जो कि मॉडरेटली सॉर्टेड होते हैं, और कुछ लूजली सीमेंटेड कैल्साइट भी होते हैं आपके कोर्स सैंडस्टोन में. This is present in the coarse sandstone. This is the composition of the arkose. This is the composition of the arkose sedimentary rock. So one more point is that the potassium feldspar, that is the orthoclase or microcline, is a typical variety of a feldspar, and because of this many arkosic deposits are red to pink. So this statement is very true and it justifies our answer that the presence of potassium feldspar leads to the red to pink color in the arkosic deposit. The next question, this question was very easy. If you know the oxidation state of iron, you can answer this question. So the correct IUPAC name of the FeF4OH2 whole 2 minus is, the options are these. So in this question you should remember that the question was little bit tricky. You should know that iron is in the oxidation state of +3 in this question. Okay, in this question iron is in the +3 state. How you will define the oxidation state? Since if you calculate the oxidation state, the charge on the iron, if we take it is X, the charge on the fluorine will be 4 minus, the charge on the OH2 whole bracketed 2 will be 0, because O is +2 and S2 is +2 and O is -2, so the charge will be definitely to 0. So if we rearrange the equation, because there is a negative charge on this iron, so the formula will be x minus 4 plus 0 equal to -1. So the answer that would come from this is the x equal to +3. So the oxidation state will be +3. So the option 4 and option 1 is incorrect. While you write ferret in the this kind of compounds, that's why the answer will be diaqua tetrafluoroferret 3 ion. This is the ion. So in this question again there is a question on the oxidation state. It is a very easy question. It tells in which one of the following the oxidation state of the nitrogen is given wrong. This is the question. Okay, so if we consider the oxidation state of the nitrogen X, So by putting the formula, you will get 1 plus x minus 4 equal to 0 for our Na2, where x will give rise to x equal to plus 3 oxidation state. In the second compound, that is 2x minus 6 equal to 0 will be the formula for N2O3, because oxygen is thrice here. So the charge of the oxygen is minus 2, so it will give rise to minus 6, while N2 is in twice state, so it is 2 into x, so x equal to plus 3 here. Similarly, for N2H4 you will get minus 2, so this option is not correct, but it is our answer because it is given wrong. All of these are correct oxidation state, and this one is not having the correct oxidation state. Again, you will try for HNO3, you will get the x equal to plus 5, that is definitely correct. So these oxidation states are correct, while N2H4 plus 2 is the wrong answer. Okay, so the answer will be N2H4 plus 2. The next question they ask, the relative low concentration of SO2 in the ambient air are found in the North India primarily due to. Let us discuss what is the phenomena behind this before you should answer this question. So as we know, the calcium carbonate is a reactive component of the mineral dust aerosol as well as buildings, statues and monuments. In North India, if you move, you will see definitely huge amount of constructions is present there. Okay, so lots of buildings, statue and monuments are there, so the presence of calcium carbonate is definitely is there. Okay, so under atmospheric condition, what happens, calcium carbonate particles are terminated by a compound, that is calcium OHCO3H surface layer. This is a surface layer that forms under a normal atmospheric condition in the presence of water vapor between 5 to 95% relative humidity. Okay, so the water molecule adsorbs on it surface, resulting in the formation of an adsorbed thin वाटर फिल्म. सो क्या होता है बेसिकली, अगर आप बात करें तो कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट जो है वो आपका रेडिली फॉर्म में बन जाता है कैल्शियम OH एंड CO3H इस फॉर्म में होता है. ठीक है, सो ये जो फॉर्म बनता है इसमें आपका एक थिन फिल्म होता है, थिन का वाटर फिल्म होता है, थिन वाटर फिल्म, जिसमें क्या होता है कि आपका अगेन सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड इसमें एडजॉर्ब होता है. सो इन दिस वे क्या होता है कि वो इनहेंस्ड अपटेक करता है सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड का इन दिस फॉर्म. ओके, सो ये फिल्म जो होता है इनहेंस्ड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड वहां से एटमॉस्फेयर से निकालेगा. सो द आंसर विल बी डेफिनेटली द एडजॉर्प्शन ऑनटू ए कैल्शियम डोमिनेटेड डस्ट पार्टिकल. सो यही होता है आपका कैल्शियम डोमिनेटेड डस्ट पार्टिकल जिसपे वो आपका एडजॉर्ब होता है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द करेक्ट आंसर, दैट इज इट्स एडजॉर्प्शन ऑनटू द कैल्शियम डोमिनेटेड डस्ट पार्टिकल. The next question they ask, the sound intensity at an radial distance r from the point source is related to as. So sound intensity का जो formula होता है that is power of a sound upon the area, मतलब sound की power कितने एरिया में पड़ रही है और साथ ही साथ उसका जो वैल्यू होता है वो कुछ इस तरीके से वेरी करता है कि अगर आप बात करें इंटेंसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू पी स्क्वायर. जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे इंटेंसिटी का जो फॉर्मूला है वो P अपॉन 4πr² है. सो इट इज डेफिनेटली व्हाट इज इंटेंसिटी इज डेफिनेटली इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू r². ठीक है, तो आप यहाँ से निकाल सकते हैं साउंड प्रेशर, साउंड इंटेंसिटी और साउंड डिस्टेंस के बीच में रिलेशन. ठीक है, सो द आंसर विल बी I is inversely proportional to r² because it comes from the sound intensity formula, that is power upon area, where I is definitely inversely proportional to r² according to the formula. Okay, in this question they ask if f bracketed a plus b minus x equal to fx, this is a function and both of these functions are equal. Okay, so function of a plus b minus x equal to function of x, then find integration a to b x fx dx is equal to, this is the question. So let us solve it Without solving it, you cannot get the answer, so you have to solve it. Let us consider I be the integral. Okay, I be this integral. Okay, so if you consider I be integral, then this will turn to equation 1 using the properties of the definite integral. There is a property in the definite integral that you can use x in x, you can replace the x with a plus b minus x, and you can replace as well as in the function the same a plus b minus x as x. Okay, so after replacing it you will get this. Okay, but in the given question it is given that f function of a plus b minus x equal to function of x. So you will replace the function part only in this second equation, and now you will get that after splitting this integration you will get a plus b integration a to b f of dx minus a to b इंटीग्रेशन एफ एक्स dx. ठीक है, तो ये जो टर्म हो जाएगा ये आपका अगेन आई हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो आप इसको फिर इक्वेशन को रीअरेंज करके आप यहाँ पे 2i ले आएंगे और आपका ये जो इक्वेशन बचेगा अब वो इस फॉर्म में बचेगा. तो आपका i इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी अपॉन 2 इंटीग्रेशन ए टू बी एफ ऑफ dx जो होगा वो आपका आंसर होगा. दिस विल बी द आंसर. This will be the answer. Okay, so it is given in the fourth bit. Okay, after this question you should remember this kind of definite integral formula where it tells about each kind of definite integral. You should read this. Okay, you should read this. You should pause the video while I was discussing. You should pause the video and you should read this definite integral. We have used this formula in the back question. We have used this formula. Okay, so you should remember this definite integral formula because this is coming in the exam. These all are coming in the exam sooner or later. So in this question they ask, if a line makes an angle of alpha, beta, gamma with axis respectively, then cos 2 alpha, cos 2 beta and cos 2 gamma will be what? Okay, so you should know the angle made by a line is showing like this. This is alpha, this is gamma, and this is beta as mentioned in the question. Okay, so there is a formula for the direction cosine. Okay, there is a formula for the direction cosines of a given line. Okay, so we considered that direction cosine of a given line is cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Okay, and we also know that the sum of the direction cosine is always equal to 1. This is a formula that sum of square of direction cosines is always equal to 1. So cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma will definitely equal to 1. Okay, now the question asks cos 2 alpha, cos 2 beta and cos 2 gamma. So we have also a formula for cos 2 alpha, that is 2 cos square alpha minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sine square alpha. These are two prominent formula for any trigonometric function that is having twice angle for the cos. Okay, so this is a trigonometric function. This is a trigonometric function. You should remember this formula and you should use it here, and the final answer you will get in the form of this, because cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma will be turning into 1. So 2 minus 3 equal to minus 1. I hope you understand all the lecture. If you have some doubt, you can contact me. I will comment in the box. Have a nice day.